Gentlemen, I believe there will be peace in our time. Or not. Welcome to Civilization 7, the only game in existence where you could get nuked by Harriet Tubman. Recently, I was given early access to the game, and 2K is sponsoring this video. So of course, I took that opportunity to break the game's economy, manufacture 900,000 artillery trucks, and take over the planet as history's greatest warlord. My own favorite founding father, Ben Franklin. So welcome to Civilization 7. Thank you to 2K and Firaxis for sponsoring this video, and I am playing on the Founders Edition. So if we go into new game over here, we can see these are all of the leaders so far, and you'll notice that a lot of them are not world leaders. So for example, Machiavelli over here, he's not really someone who would have been included in a previous Civilization game because he's kind of not considered a world leader. Or Confucius over here, who in a past game would probably be a great person as opposed to a leader. This probably seems confusing compared to the older Civilization games, but this newer game, it makes a lot more sense with the way that they've done civilizations. So the leader that we're gonna be playing as all of the very powerful historical figures here, it's my boy, Ben Franklin.
A game of strategy is not idle amusement.
Down here, there are mementos that we can use. So I can come down here and click these, and I have a whole bunch of mementos that we can unlock. As you play the different characters all around, you unlock new mementos, which you can use on any character. So if I had the Napoleon mementos unlocked, we could use those with Ben Franklin. You could pretty much mix and match any of them as far as I know. So we're gonna be using these two, which I will explain a little bit later what they actually do, but just know that Benjamin Franklin is an absolute powerhouse. So Ben Franklin is just gonna give us a quick little speech here, which is essentially him just flexing on everyone with how smart he is and all the different inventions, and I love nothing more than probably one of the weirder founding fathers of my country. So over here on the left, you're gonna notice there is the Antiquity Age, Exploration Age, and Modern Age. The game is now split up into 3 different ages, so if we click Antiquity Age and continue, then you can see there are a whole bunch of civilizations that we can pick. Now, anybody that knows anything about Benjamin Franklin knows that he was the historic leader of Greece. Leaders and civilizations are not tied together, so we can use any combination of any leader and any civ. I'll explain the mechanics of all of this stuff when we get into the game, but basically we change civilizations as the game goes on. And let's get into the oh my god, this is the most perfect spawn I've ever seen in my life. So as with any civilization game, we start out with our main settlers right here, and we are probably just gonna settle right on this tile instead. So we're just gonna send our scout over here to quickly get this luxurious encampment, which are essentially the tribal villages of Civ 7. And just as normal, we also have our tech tree over here, and we're probably going to want to go with pottery for the production, and then also train a second scout. So another mechanic that we have in the game is in the top right, one of the mementos I chose gave me a starting attribute point. In Civ 7, all of your leaders have essentially these attribute trees, which have all kinds of different bonuses throughout them. I chose diplomatic because diplomatic is so incredibly good for Ben Franklin. The first thing we're gonna want is just more influence, and influence is essentially what we're gonna end up using to talk with city-states, to talk with other players, to basically just conduct diplomacy. So now our scout's gonna come over to the luxurious encampment, and that'll give us 2 options to pick from, and I will choose the plus 45 culture. As we expand our city, we're gonna expand it into this cotton over here, very American. That will give us a resource that we can assign to our city up here. So resources can kind of be moved among the cities, and cotton is gonna give us a little bit of food and production. We also have a narrative thing here, which is between culture and happiness. I'm actually gonna take the happiness. So that new mechanic that these scouts have is in the bottom right, they have a search mechanic. So that's gonna reveal a whole area around them. Oh, and there is our first hostile scout. That's actually really great. I will take another 45 culture, and that's gonna give us some policies that we can implement. We only have 1 slot right now, so we're just gonna do charismatic leader for a little bit more culture because we desperately need, if we go to our civics, we have both of our actually researchable civics and our Greek specific civics. The one we want is plus 50% influence towards initiating and progressing the Befriend Independent project. Essentially, this means befriending city-states. All right, that is another scout research, but we're gonna want another scout even after that. Oh, and we're also gonna be able to choose our government. You know, we've got our classical republic, which is very Greek. No, we're going oligarchy. Primarily because the production towards constructing buildings is so incredibly good. What that's gonna give us is every time we get a happiness celebration, we choose between those two effects. So we're gonna keep exploring this way. We're looking for city-states right now, and I will take a whole bunch of gold, thank you. Okay, great, that is our first city-state, and that is fantastic. So city-states in this game are not actually city-states. They start as villages here, and we can do a project to befriend them, and then they will become a city-state. The project does take a while to actually complete, so we want to find as many city-states as possible and befriend them. All right, there is our third scout, and we really just want to scout right now because the #1 priority is finding city-states because our entire faction and strategy revolves around them. We're also gonna want to continue to expand all of this, which will be fantastic, and maybe build another scout. I will do a brickyard actually. Oh, and we've met our first civilization, and it is going to be Horus, or sorry, not Horus. Oh no. So of the 3 options we're gonna do with Egypt, I will probably just do this to reveal their capital, which will make us a little friendlier, although we don't really care a ton about that right now. Oh, and there is another city-state. That is fantastic. We want to claim that before she does. Oh, this is actually where her capital is. Never mind, they're really far away from each other. Okay, so she's gonna offer to do a cultural exchange here, which is really good. It is essentially, if we go into our diplomacy, of the list of things we can do these endeavors, which essentially give both of us benefits if we agree to them. So we're gonna do a research collaboration, and that is fantastic. She supported it, which means we're gonna go up from 11 to 18 research. Oh, and that is another civilization right over here. Okay, see, I can pronounce that. We already know where her capital is, so I'm not gonna bother the friendly relationship because we do really need the influence. One of Ben Franklin's other really good abilities is that for each production building we have, we also get even more science. So we're building science just by doing production. Oh, and there is another city-state. Fantastic. So in Civ 7, there are no barbarians. There are just the city-states. Some of them start off hostile, some of them start off neutral, and they will basically attack us from time to time if we don't befriend them. For everyone else, that's gonna be a problem. For us, it's a benefit. And there we go. That is the Greek civic, and it is essentially one of the most busted civics ever. Plus 50% influence towards initiating, the whole befriend thing. That is going to make it so it is drastically cheaper to befriend all of the city-states. And we're gonna combine that over here with another one, which is gonna give us +2 culture for all of the endeavors that we've started, which means all of those diplomatic things that we have with other players, those are going to give us even more culture. Normally, you could only have 1 of each of these going at once, but Ben Franklin can have 2, so we can come over to this player over here and also ask for 1 of these, which is going to bring our science up to 26 relatively quickly. All right, so there's masonry, which is fantastic, but now if we go into our tech tree, we can research a mastery for masonry. That's gonna give us additional bonuses beyond just the normal tech. It's gonna take a little bit less long, and we really, really want it. One of the mementos that we chose for Ben Franklin specifically gives us +50 influence every time we do a mastery. It is completely ludicrous. All right, we are gonna go for some more settlers, and I'm just gonna buy one of them straight up because that's gonna make my life a lot easier. Now that we have enough happiness, we're gonna get a celebration. We love the council day. Yes, our beautiful oligarchy. People are really happy they have no rights. So every time we get a celebration, every time our happiness is high, we get an additional policy slot. Right now, all of our policies besides this one aren't that amazing, but we are gonna get some better ones a little bit later. Excellent, that is the mastery for masonry, and the mastery is going to give us 50 influence, which at the start of the game is way too good. All right, there is a ton of cultural city-states, which is actually kind of bad because I really want a bunch of the non-cultural ones, but we do get to found our second city, and we will use that to claim this resource up here, which I should be able to assign, and that'll give us a little more production. Another cultural city-state. Okay, this is getting a little insane. So we're gonna start befriending one of these city-states, and that's gonna begin the timer, which will take 15 turns until we're the suzerain. Someone else can come in and befriend them under us, but it's gonna give us an advantage by doing it first. Oh, and there is Friedrich II.
Friedrich II. Hocherfreut, euch kennenzulernen.
Okay, I know that he said that he's very excited to meet us, and he said his name. That's about it. All right, we got our Pantheon, which is great. Sort of like a pre-religion bonus that we get. And we're just gonna go with the God of the Sun to get a whole bunch of random things, just to kind of pad our production. I did train one of our hoplites, and they are really great. They get more stats the more city-states we have, and eventually, they become absolutely busted with how juiced we can make them. I'm also gonna start building our unique improvements as Greece. The first one is just gonna give us some happiness and culture for each adjacent wonder, but the second one is the real powerhouse, which gives us influence. Okay, that is another city-state that is cultural. This is actually really, really bad for our strategy. We really would like one science one. Either way, I am just gonna start to befriend a whole bunch of them because why not? And we also just wanna get a little bit before our enemies do so that we can get a bonus. Oh, a gold one. Okay, no, that is a gold one. Why? Where is the science ones? Okay, nice. We're gonna get an event which gives us a cultural attribute point. So we could go into here and just spend that on getting a little more culture in our palace. Oh, we also got our first general who is over here. So generals in Civ 7 function a lot differently. They have a whole bunch of additional commands that they can give down here. It kind of automates some, well, not really automate, but it allows us to attack with multiple units at once, sort of. But basically, we want to funnel as much experience to this general as possible by pretty much just putting him near the hoplites while they're fighting. Oh, we're gonna discover Mount Kilimanjaro. That's cool. Pretty sure if I stand anywhere near that, I'm gonna instantly die if it erupts. So we can command our general here to get our Greek units to attack, which is gonna give them a slight combat bonus, and okay, we are gonna need it. Oh, there is our first suzerain city-state. So that is gonna give us one of the following bonuses that we can pick from. And these bonuses are so incredibly strong when you're Ben Franklin. Receive a free civic whenever you become suzerain of a city-state, including this one. That is just going to instantly give us a piece of research. And because there are so many city-states out here and we make so many influence, nobody can conceivably compete with us for befriending all of them. And we're gonna get a diplomatic attribute point, which is even better because we can use that in combination with our first one, plus 50% influence towards initiating and progressing the befriend action, which is going to make it even cheaper to make this happen. Oh, actually, crap, someone is already befriending these guys. Unfortunately, there's not much I could do there, but we can go around and try to befriend pretty much everybody else. All right, our general is doing his best right now to hold on against all of these units. We should be okay, just because now that we gain city-states, the hoplites get even stronger as many city-states as we have. Hey, okay, I was gonna say something good was happening. Not that, but that our commander leveled up and we can now give him one of several different perk lines. I'm gonna go with steadfast at first because that is going to give us a little more defense and we really need to sit here and defend for a little while. So one of the other most significant parts of Civ 7 is that as we found these cities, they don't start out as fully fledged cities. So for the cities we have right now, all of their production is turned into gold and we can't use that production, but we can buy buildings. The bigger the town gets, we do get a discount on just spending money to convert it into a city, but right away they don't become cities when they get founded. I was gonna start a trade route down here, which is just gonna give us access to a couple more resources. That's kind of one of the big benefits of trade routes, that they give us more resources. Oh my god, please tell me someone hasn't taken this. Yes! We finally found one of these science city-states, and you remember that bonus that we got from the cultural ones, which gives us a free civic every time we get a new city-state? Well, there's the same thing with the science ones, except we get a free tech every time we get a city-state. All right, I'm gonna convert this city up here into I'm gonna convert this town into a city, and that's gonna let us start using this production to actually build useful stuff. All right, I'm gonna add one progress on our supporting of Susa over here, because I really wanna get this as fast as possible so we can get the most number of techs. So you might be wondering, how exactly do we win? So because the game is split up into ages, if we come up here, you can see the age progress, and that just passes as turns go on, but also as people complete the different goals in military, science, culture, and economic. These change every single age, so for the cultural ones, it's just to build 7 wonders, and you get bonuses as you go along, which will help you in the next age. Ideally, you want to get one golden age out of all of the different ones, so you could get a military golden age, which will give you a infantry unit in all your settlements, or you could do a science one, economic, so on and so forth. We are going for the science one, which is essentially requires us to get these things called codexes, which we can pretty much exclusively get through research. So by researching pushing this currency mastery, that is going to give us an additional codex, which you can see they generally produce science or culture. If we get 10 of those, which we do get 10 of those by completing the entire research tree and the entire civic tree, then we get a golden age for science. All right, now we get a chance to get another diplomatic attribute point, and surprise, surprise, it's going towards a benefit for having city-states. So if I take this, our research is gonna go up by only a little bit because we don't have that many city-states right now, but that's okay. We can also ally with this person over here, and that's probably not a terrible decision. I actually don't remember where she even, oh, she's next to us. I'm just hoping that all of the barbarians over here don't kill me before I befriend their village. Okay, really? Looks like I'm immediately ending my friendship and alliance with her because I don't want to get involved with a war. Oh my God, okay, now she's gonna ask me for an alliance, but she's at war with the other one. So if I say yes, is she gonna instantly call me into the war? Well, that's 2 for 2. All right, and there is the science one that we just got. And receive a free tech every time you become suzerain of a city-state. Well, don't mind if I do. Oh, what's this, a free tech? Oh, what's this, another free tech? Yeah, this isn't going to get any less insane. Now, one of the big things we want to beeline for is engineering, so we'll do that. And I will show you in a little bit what the most powerful thing in the entire game is. I love it. Another great flood to drown away 100 people. But more topically, we befriended the city-state in Antarctica. They're gonna give me a hoplite. Where? I guess they made the trek all the ways up and gave us a hoplite somewhere. Oh, okay, it's on here. I was wondering if he would just freeze to death in Antarctica. One of the sillier things I can do is go to Susa and levy one of their units, and I'm gonna choose the scout all the ways down here, just so that I can scout for another city-state. It's great watching the city-states just run around and kill everyone except for me, because they're generally allied. I mean, I don't know why they're going after her instead of me, but I'll take it. Another Greek-specific thing we get is the Logioses here. So these are essentially the great thinkers of the Greeks, and we only get one of each of them. There's a whole big list of them. I think it's like 9 or 10, but they're all really, really good. And so we could just start producing those en masse, and they're gonna begin to give us some relatively crazy bonuses. Also, goodbye, slingers. What? Oh my, they just instant transmissioned over the other side. You are already dead. All right, now we get a 30% towards initiating endeavors, which is fantastic, but we do want to keep exploring for more of those city-states before we start spending influence, you know, helping people. Well, helping ourselves, but helping ourselves by helping other people. It just works. I keep forgetting that we have a boatload of cash that I should probably be spending on actually useful stuff like these improvements. But the amount of money we have right now, yeah, you know, that's okay. As soon as we go down the engineering route, we are never gonna have a problem with money ever again. And we'll just finish off that city-state general. I hope that doesn't decrease our relations, but it doesn't really matter because we're just trying to get as much experience as we can for this army commander. The commanders stay in between ages, so leveling them up is super powerful since all those bonuses do stay. And oh my God, it's Socrates. Socrates. Edit it so that I said Socrates first. This is a ridiculous one because it's gonna let us get a permanent +2 influence on our capital. All right, there we go. That is gonna give us another city-state. And now we get +2 culture to monuments for every city-state you are suzerain of, which is an insanely good bonus. And oh, look, is that a free tech? Oh, look, another free tech. Oh, it's a 3rd free tech and a 4th free tech and a 5th free tech. I love this. Ooh, +1 combat strength to infantry for every city-state you're suzerain of. Don't mind if I, oh, and another one. Oh my God, we already got the Great Library. It's so good. And a permanent +2 on all of our military units. I mean, if I have to. Oh, we're gonna get a Franklin-specific quest, I think. Have 4 trade routes for +1 diplomatic attribute point. Don't mind if I do. All right, it's also a good time to convert this city or this town into a city as well, so we could start producing. Again, we like this Odeon and Parthenon combo. It gives us a whole bunch of money. Oh, the money thing's not gonna matter so much, but the influence is really the biggest one. But one of the other things we have is specialist, and that's gonna allow us to put additional growth pops on already existing tiles. So we could put one here, costs a bunch of food and a bunch of happiness, but it is gonna massively increase what we get from pretty much any one of these tiles. I'll actually put it over here. And now we get to start doing the Frankie D thing of just running around and improving relations with pretty much everyone for a metric crap load of resources. We're already up to 97 culture production, and that far outclasses anybody else. All right, so I'm gonna ask you a question. What do you think, just a wild guess, is the most powerful thing in the whole game? Is it maybe the Manhattan Project? Is it incredibly good tier 1 units? Is it maybe a crazy good policy or crazy good civ? Maybe some kind of late game unit? Well, it's a bridge. This ancient bridge over here is the most powerful thing in the entire game, and I'm not kidding. So it makes us a couple of points of gold. Big whoop, not that important. We could just go ahead and put it down right over here, and it's gonna allow easy traversal. So I'll pass the turn real quick, and we are gonna construct that bridge. Look at that, now we have a bridge. What's so special about it? So now we're gonna go in here and build a second bridge. Crazy, I know. And then we're gonna grab this mess and sorry, gold buildings receive +1 gold for every city-state you are a suzerain of, which is super duper good. As well as come over here and grab a new policy, which is +3 culture for every city-state we are a suzerain of. We're making a lot of culture. I've never seen a group of people more cultured than us. So now we just completed bridge number 2, and let's go in and build bridge number 3. Hey, wait a minute, why does it make 17 gold? Well, you know, maybe it's a little bit of a UI glitch or something like that. You know, we'll just wait until we build bridge 3. And also take freeholders +5% gold for every city-state you're a suzerain of. And take another 2 free techs. I think I still have, 2 more city-states. You know, we'll just, Babylon is about to be ours, and Sandupka over here is about to be ours. I don't know what noise that was. And Seleucia over here too. Wow, it's almost like I don't even need to research everything because it's gonna be granted to me for free. Well, surely this weirdness is not gonna exist when I build another bridge. Oh, look, it got worse. So now this bridge is making 26 income. And so if I go and build it, you will notice that it has changed the income of all the other bridges too. So this one's making 26, 26, 26. More than half of my income is just bridges. And that 26 is being augmented by, I think the +5% is what I'm making 136 gold, when about 4 turns ago, I was losing money on this city. Now, I think I know what the problem is. I think what's happening is that +1 gold for each city-state is being applied per bridge. None of the other buildings you have are going to be repeat buildings, right? You're not gonna have multiple, and this happens to be a gold building as well. So I've got something like 10 city-states, so I build this and it gives me +10, but then I build another one and it gives me another +10, and another, and another. And now I also have enough influence to just run through and pretty much befriend everyone. Oh look, Wonder Construction. Yeah, we'll grab that, and then we'll go and get another one because we're Ben Franklin, and now our wonders are constructing it like hypersonic speeds. All the while, I'm just gonna, we'll just purchase some more merchants, just do whatever we can at this point, basically. Oh good, he asked me for an agreement, +6 gold to both players. Yeah, that's, that one's doing numbers. So with all of these city-state bonuses, I mean, we may as well start to make use of them, right? Specifically in the form of military. Oh look, another city-state bonus. Science buildings receive +1 science for every city-state. Well, that's really interesting. So what's gonna happen if I select this? So now my science is gonna go up to 96. Literally nobody is even remotely close. I am almost every single other person's culture combined. Friedrich is out there making $35, every cycle. Good for him, he's working a steady job. I'm basically playing Jeff Bezos. Lore accurate Benjamin Franklin. Now it's time that we really start boosting all of our research. All right, we are gonna go over here and denounce our once friend, who is hopefully no longer going to be our friend, because we do need to have negative relations in order to declare war. Oh, and we're gonna get our first wonder as well. That one's gonna give us another, I will use our additional skill point here for more influence towards this, and then eventually another social policy slot. Oh, look, another city-state bonus. Oh no, I forgot about this. Well, we could just grab this ability to build this emporium, grab a couple more free techs. We're actually running out of technology here. Eventually, we're gonna start researching future civics, which helps us in the next age. All right, and now +1 combat strength to all of my ranged and siege units. More free techs, why not? And now I'm just gonna start buying like 1 billion hoplites because I have 23,000 gold. I'm making Wait, whoa, why am I making 500? What happened? They're making 45 gold each. This one settlement is 281. And here's this one making 42, and oh, this is so evil. Also, that looks like the One Piece guy. So there is another milestone done for our cultural golden age. So now the only thing I have left to research is future civics. Now, this is really, really, really good, but the downside is that it's gonna progress the age really fast. So every time I complete this, I get a wildcard attribute, which is amazing, but I do also increase the age progress by 10. We'll just do it anyway, because why not? The wildcard points are super good because they let us spend in any of these categories. Oh wow, she's denouncing my military presence. Well, you basically forced me into a war. I have no choice now. So we are gonna have to declare a surprise war here, because yeah, Benjamin Franklin's not so known for the warfare part. She's gonna feel like she was betrayed. I'm gonna feel like I've pretty much been putting the symbols out the whole time with several city-states worth of armies that my city-states are just surrounding her. And now we get to walk in and show what Greek hoplites are all about, which is being ludicrously strong. Well, I guess I could just start literally buying every single building because I have near infinite cash. Oh wow, now Machiavelli is gonna declare war on me. I don't think he wins this one. Well, it's a pretty Machiavelli thing to do. His specific bonus is that he gets to declare war on anyone regardless of their relations. Of course, he's also halfway across the map from me, so I'm not really sure what that's gonna do for him. Anyway, let's use this one unit of hoplites to plus 20 combat strength from city-states. I am more than doubled in comp. Look at this. Absolute oblivion. There's not really a whole lot that he can do. I mean, I'm just gonna walk over here and, oh, the city district actually has a lot of walls, but, you know, my Greek guys are just gonna headbutt them until they break. And this is gonna give us a ton of experience. Look at that, army commander. Instantly one shot. This is pretty much what the Spartans were like in the 300, except I have a lot more than 300 Spartans. Unfortunately, the downside of all these wars is that I have negative happiness in pretty much every single place. Minus 15, you know, it's not that bad. I mean, the people are gonna start burning down the buildings, but I have the money to repair them. All right, there is settlement number 1, should be ours, and there is another achievement. We will keep this city right now, because there's not really a reason to not keep it. Something I didn't actually mention is that there is a settlement limit. Now, most of the time you are gonna be under it, but there is a limit. The way that you extend it is through a bunch of technologies. There's basically tons and tons of tax, a bunch of civics, a bunch of other stuff that increases the thing that increases the settlement limit. Also, wow, I have never seen a population more unhappy than this. Well, I got money though. Another day, another settlement that I'm going to literally buy every single possible thing. Wait, I can build multiple emporiums? That's kind of funny. So in each of those wars, there is a war weariness, essentially. And yeah, they are supporting each other in this war, which is very annoying. I can actually support myself a couple of times to try and reduce the happiness penalty on all my cities. They still hate me, but it also reduces the combat strength of my units. Really doesn't make a difference. -4 war weariness, plus 20. All right, and time to just smash our faces against this wall with enough units where we should be okay. And we are gonna level up our commander, which is fantastic. I will probably just go down the defense route because it's every time we complete one of these routes, we get a commendation, and the bonuses from those are insanely strong. And slowly we are just gonna whittle down the capital over here. It's gonna get us close to our city limit, but we're not really that concerned about that. Also, my hoplites gain +1 movement from an event. They're just trekking it across the entire map. All right, there's a future civic gotten, and we are gonna be able to, actually no policy stuff. Now we can just research it again, which is kind of crazy because it's just gonna keep giving us wildcard points. Eventually, it's gonna age up the entire game, but we do want to exploit this for a little while we still have the chance. Oh, and we are gonna age it up into a crisis, which is fantastic. New hostile independent powers are now gonna start arriving all over. Oh, there's one over here. Can I actually befriend them? No, I cannot. That is sad. But hey, my commander is leveling up yet again, which is so crazy. So that's gonna force us into a crisis policy, which is something we have. Oh no. Minus 10 gold for each city-state. Actually, I can afford that, but I don't want to lose that. So we'll just go minus 6 combat strength against independent powers because my units are already completely juiced. Speaking of which, goodbye capital. This should be the end of them right now. They're literally using scouts to defend themselves, so that does not inspire a lot of confidence. And one more, that should be the capital down. There we go. And we're obviously gonna keep their capital because that will give us big money. And now I should be able to, in one turn, maybe propose peace. Maybe my boy over here wants peace? No, nobody? Guys, my cities are falling into disrepair. And if they try to invade, I just buy hoplites on top of them. But that will give us a commendation finish. So we are gonna get land units heal 5 HP after attacking, which is so good. And it'll give us a commendation. So we have +5 combat strength for land units, +1 command radius range, because it's normally like 1 range around the guy, +1 movement, heroic assault, where he just kind of giga chads himself into someone, and valor, which is gonna let us recharge one of our units and let them attack a second time. All right, now we're just trying to pump out as many of these Logioses as possible. Activate a tile with an open, okay, that's fine. So that will make us a new codex, and wow, I have a lot of slots for those. And now I should be able to propose peace and just take most of our settlements and good. Peace for the next, 10 turns until I do it again. And Mr. Machiavelli, I think, is also equally, he actually doesn't want to make peace for some reason. Don't make me come down there. All right, now we're just gonna slot a bunch more codexes, and this should get us almost to completing our objective. We just need 2 more codexes and we are good. And here's our boy Aristotle. If you might have heard of him before, +4 culture on a building. Thank you very much. All right, and there is our next golden age secured. So that is gonna give us the Great Library golden age potentially, and that is gonna level up the crisis as well, make the encampment stronger, and force us to take another crisis policy up here. Wow, these are all really bad. I will take the gold to maintain military because did I just make money? Of course, despite all of that, I still have 1 unit of hoplites who are handily taking out this entire army. And a Logios 2 immediately triggers celebration. Don't mind if I do. Goodbye, Barbarian 1. It's gonna let us, wait a minute, befriend? No, that's not how that works. It's going to let me destroy these barbarians for a little bit of production, but then they're just gonna respawn somewhere like next turn. And here is another one of our great philosophers/scientists. Wow, okay. I sent 1 group of hoplites down. They killed a single unit. Machiavelli's like, nope, I'm out. The fact that my hoplites are at the point where they just one-shot anything they come up against is, wow, I mean, they don't one-shot these spearmen, but it's not equal. All right, there is another future civic, which is just insane that I've been able to research this so many times. And the final phase of the crisis, which is gonna force 2 more policies, all of them kind of suck, but we're gonna take the rebellious commanders and then probably banditry, because who can't, my money is still insane. I feel incredibly bad for the guys over here. Dead. And let's just come over here, activate this great person, get another 2 squads of hoplites, as one does, and watch this city-state get destroyed by a storm. Wow. Right, so where was I? That's right. Dead, and dead. I'm pretty much just sitting here at this point, farming XP from these guys for all of my commanders. And as soon as I get this future tech, I think next turn, yep, that is going to get us to 100% age progress and going to age us up next turn. Fortunately, I have produced literally every single great person I can. I don't even know what half of them do. Sure, give me a bunch of science, give me a bunch of other stuff. All right, what we do really want to do though is we'll just go ahead and achieve as many of these as I can this turn, which I'm pretty sure if I come over here, instantly make this a city, then assign it a whole bunch of resources that should just get us yep, there we go. All right, and that is the end of this age. There we go. So this is the list of awards that we achieved. Now, these don't make a lot of sense right now, but they will in just a second. Basically, by completing a whole bunch of stuff down the different lines towards the golden ages of science, culture, military, and economic, it is going to give us a whole bunch of bonuses for the next age. As you can see, it was not close. We can't even pretend that it was close. Get destroyed. So now we get to transition to the next age, and that is going to mean we select select another civilization to play as. The way you unlock these different empires is if you do specific things, it also gives you access to choosing a whole bunch of these different guys. We only did a few things, so we only get these. Now, you might not know this, but Benjamin Franklin was not actually Greek. I know, I lied, I'm sorry, he was Spanish. The Exploration Age, also known as the I'm gonna sail across the world and take over a million cities age. So here is where all of those points that we earned get to be spent. Because last age we completed the golden age for both the economic and the science, we get 2 different golden ages to pick from. We could either keep all of our cities, which at the end of each age, they convert back into towns, but they still keep all their buildings. So essentially, you just have to pay the gold cost again. Or we can make our academies become golden age academies and essentially let them keep all of their yields. All the adjacency bonuses, all of the effects, most of that stuff goes away in between ages. So we're gonna choose that one because the cities one isn't that bad. We have a ton of money that I banked up for this exact reason. We're gonna grab 2 diplomatic attribute points, 1 scientific, 2 economic, master caravaneer, an expansionist perk, and another expansionist perk. Now we get to confirm those legacies and we get to spend a whopping 7 points now. For diplomatic, you know, we got all this normal stuff. We get to go all the ways to the end and get the military sabotage, not that important, plus 3% towards all yields for every alliance you have. This is the good one. So we're just gonna funnel all of our points into this as soon as we get anything diplomatic and try and make alliances with as many people as possible on our continent. So as you'll notice, our income has been toned down considerably, as well as all of our science stuff, because all those adjacency bonuses and suzerain bonuses went away, because the suzerains are also no longer here. That is a lot of space now that we get to take. Although I don't care so much about this land, because we get to go across the sea now, because this is when we research the ability to travel in deep ocean and try and find more stuff over there. We also have all new research trees and civic mastery trees, plus now a bunch of Spanish civics, which are more geared towards colonization. Unsurprising, I know. One of the other reasons I banked up so much gold is so I could just buy a ton of cogs for exploration of pretty much all the areas, because we need to find all the city-states as fast as possible. Our generals do stay. As you can see, we have him with our unique Portuguese unit, which is the Tercos. And just like I said, in terms of reconverting these these towns into cities, it only costs 173 to do this one. So you can see they're pretty cheap. And that is pretty much every single one of these, or almost every single one of these upgraded. There we go. Ah, that is what I was fearing. I have built a beautiful cog, and it's a little stuck. One of the other things is that we do keep our civics from Greece. So we do still have the really insanely good civic for befriending, the endeavors one, and the army XP one. We get to choose our new government. We go from feudal monarchy, plutocracy, or theocracy. Probably plutocracy, because overbuilding is essentially just building on top of our older age build. Traveling over deep ocean does hurt our units a little bit, but as we get, there we go, we got it already. Cartography is gonna let us start traversing the deep ocean with our scouts. Oh, we found Australia. Uh-oh, let's go the other way. Oh, wait, that's interesting. I didn't realize that some of the city-states would spawn on our island. I think what happened is that there's city-states that spawn here and also city-states that spawn over here. Well, that makes things a lot easier, because now we're gonna go and just befriend all of them again. Oh, we're reaching land on both the right side and the left side. We've gotten pretty close. We just have to make sure that our things don't die. I actually have to do a little bit of a respite in between journeys, because or else I'm gonna lose my entire military. One of the other things that we could do as Spain is train conquistadors, and now we have Magellan, Ferdinand, my son. Oh, nice, really minor thing. We get to create a religion now. Everybody knows that Benjamin Franklin, while he was leading the Spaniards, you know, the whole nation was a very specific religion. Zoroastrianism, obviously. For our reliquary beliefs, and reliquaries are essentially how we get our religious age victories, so that is by essentially just converting people and getting tons of reliquaries. We'll go icons for the first time conversion of a city-state, don't mind if I do, and +4 science for every foreign settlement following our religion. Oh, and there is another civilization. So there is a whole new set of civilizations on the other side of the world, and it is this guy. We may as well try to be friendly with them, because, you know, we could possibly exploit them later. I mean, help them later. Of course, I might have to go to war and kill him, because he does have chocolates. Oh, would you look at that? We just researched something. It's, Oh, and there is another civilization. It is Isabella. And another civilization. I think this is almost our last one. In the meantime, we've discovered a couple more potential suzerains over here. And we also have our full armies here. We're probably gonna have to invade someone. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm gonna enjoy it. So we got our first city-state here, and just like the age before, we can get the receive a free technology every time you get one of these suzerains. Oh, hey, the Grand Canyon. That's cool. Oh, come on, it's in my way. Can't you move? All right, well, it looks like one of my enemies is gonna claim this city-state before me. So, you know, I'm just gonna do the normal thing. We'll deploy all of our units, and then we'll kill the city-state first. If I can't have that entire civilization, nobody can. Oh, well, I just got dragged into a war with Friedrich because he's a dick and I accidentally allied someone. Two mistakes. Unfortunately, my armies are always on the other side of the map, you know, doing the traditional Spanish legacy move of destroying the natives. Really effectively, if I may add. Okay, finally we have our very first missionary, and these guys are just gonna run around and try to convert all of our cities to Zoroastrianism as well as all of the opposing ones. Oh, and we're just gonna get a random militarist out. I think the game is starting to take notice of what I'm doing. Just a hunch. All right, we also get an enhancer belief over here, which is very nice. That's gonna essentially make it easier to convert people. And the easiest one, of course, is conquered settlements are converted to your religion. Very Spanish. Oh, and there we go. Gold buildings get +1 gold for each city-state. Please tell me this still works. And there we go. My income went up to 400. I have another city. Oh yeah, 28, 28, 28 income. Oh, it's so disgusting. I'm sorry, what? He's willing to just give me Rome. What? Sure. Okay, now I own Rome. I did nothing to win that fight. I think my ally did literally 100% of the work, but I suppose it doesn't matter. Yeah, the outcome of Friedrich giving me his capital is, he's making 33 research. Whew, he's kind of, you know, he's doing pretty well. I'm making 203. Okay, we are speeding through the science tech. I actually don't remember what the science achievement is. Oh, it's have 5 districts that have 40 total yield each. Wait, you don't think, oh my God, I'm completing it off the bridges, I think. Yes, I'm sure it's very, very scientific of me as I'm just scooping up vassals en masse, because there's a whole lot of vassals I still have yet to acquire that are all around the entire world. Oh, wow, and there's my golden age already completed, and we are not even halfway through. Also, we're making 891. It's so unfair. And there we go. We're also in the process of completing our cultural victory by just converting everyone to our religion. Zoroastrianism, it's popping. It's making a resurgence. Plus 5% gold for every city-state you're suzerain of. I'm scared. And we're making 1,200 gold. Oh, and you know what time it is? Back to being at war with Friedrich. While I have diplomats in his settlement that are gonna convert him to Zoroastrianism. And now we're also at war with this other guy because Confucius, well, we did ally him. And that is what I assume is our last one here. We'll go 5% science for each suzerain. And now we're up to 452 science as well. And apparently almost done the tech tree. I'm sorry, I wasn't even paying attention. How did this happen? Well, I can answer that, but I'm not gonna. Now, us friendly Spaniards know a thing or two about deploying a military commander right here and then using that military commander to deploy 4 more groups of units straight on top of their city. And as conquistadors, we also get +4 combat strength for all of our units in distant lands, so our units should be pretty juiced to go fight down this capital. I have so much production in my capital, I could build the wonders in 4 turns. And each of these cities is generating just absolutely ludicrous amounts of money. I mean, I say that, this one's making 8, and then this one's making 493. So they don't really have any defenses here, so we're just gonna go ahead and grab this city. We should get a whole bunch of bonuses for taking distant land cities. All right, and there is our first militarist progress towards our golden age. So far, we are on track to get this one. We are probably never gonna get this one. This one requires sending resources from here all the ways back to our homeland. The military one, it's possible. Gain 12 points from settlements in distant lands, 1 point for each, doubled if conquered or follows your religion, quadrupled if both. And we just quadrupled. And our science one is already done. Oh, Friedrich, why do you keep declaring these wars? Will you accept if I take your only other... That's just sad. Well, I suppose I will take your other city, thanks. I'm so sorry, Friedrich, but now, I think he's down to 1 city. He's at negative $25 of income. He's not having a good time. Aww. I spawned a treasure fleet, but, they're having some problems. Aha, and there's a new crisis. The bourgeoisie. Okay, and all of these are not all that scary. Sure, +1 gold maintenance. Oh, my money. Ooh, book burning. My favorite. Oh, and there is another slot for the crisis. Something I have noticed is this is a different crisis than the one that I played before. So I assume there's multiple different types of crises, as in there are multiple potential crises for each age. Weak bureaucracy. No, this is the strongest bureaucracy God has ever known. The Holy Spirit itself could not fill out all the paperwork I have created. And that will set us into the next age. There we go. I just kind of tried to speed run through this age specifically because the real fun stuff is what we're gonna do in the next one. So we are ending this age with 25,000 gold income, almost 900 food, 560 happiness, nearly 800 science, and almost 900 culture, with, 700 production to boot. If you would consult the other numbers, you could see a slight discrepancy. And there goes the age of exploration, and now into the modern age.
For Spain, 1 prize was never enough.
That is true. Now, guys, I know last time I said that Benjamin Franklin was from Spain, but I lied again, and I'm sorry. Where he's actually from is Russia. Because little known fact, he invented the Katushka rocket launcher. So by the end of this era, we have to win the game. And the ways we do that are either by winning the Railroad Tycoon, which essentially involves us building a ton of factories and trying to process as many materials into factory goods as possible. The military route, which is getting an ideology, wink wink, you know which one, and then just bulldozing everyone. The space race, the classic Civ one, and the cultural one, which is digging up artifacts. Yeah, we're not doing that one. And there are my legacies, which is essentially just entering a science golden age to keep all of our universities, and militarism. What I haven't exactly been showing so much is that I put 10 points into this whole plus 3% towards all yields with every alliance you have. So every time I make an alliance, we make so much money, and production, and food, and everything. Oh no, I didn't realize it caps the amount that you could go in between each age with. I had like 20,000 gold, man. Oh my goodness, I did not realize how many city-states would just spawn. And time to choose a government. And as much as I actually want to go with authoritarianism, bureaucratic monarchy is slightly better because of the relationship stuff, strangely. And there is our first ally. Thank you for the plus 30% to every single one of my resources. And the first of our suzerains, we can welcome them back and see how quickly we can speed through the tech tree to the Manhattan Project, which will aptly be named something like the Moscow Project. Yeah. Wait, I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't realize that in the Russian civics is serfdom, and that's the first one. Our tech is progressing so fast that we're gonna have things like artillery trucks, and we're still practicing serfdom at this point. Actually, we're pre-serfdom. That's even more impressive. And there are our ideology trees. If we go into our civics, then we get to see democracy, fascism, and communism. Democracy's got those nice attribute points. That's cool. Economic, militaristic, I don't know about that. Communism? Wow, I've never heard of that thing before. That must be new to Russia. Let's try that. Also, I don't know how I just randomly got 2 more policies, but I will take that, I guess. Wait, free speech? Get that out of here. No, I feel like my economy is missing something. I just can't seem to remember what it is. Some kind of flat surface that goes over a river. That makes me $8 billion.
Workers of the world unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains.
Couldn't have said it better myself, comrade. Speaking of which, these 2 policies seem like they are completely broken. Our food should go up like astronomically. And in true communist fashion, I'm gonna research serfdom. Oh, that's right. They also, being communist, just gave me 3 free field guns. That's pretty cool. And considering we're going for the military victory, I've been waiting until we get a very specific technology for a very specific unit. I love playing my communist Russian society and adding the People's Stock Exchange. Comrade, you don't understand. We need to research capitalism to destroy capitalism. Oh my god, I looked over at a Mount Kilimanjaro explosion and I just see $43 repair modern bridge. I'm making 17. Amina has joined fascism. Wait, isn't that my ally? Ah, there it is. I've been waiting for that moment because now it means that we can spam out like 900 of these. Well, I'd say this is as good a time as ever to declare war on the disgusting fascists next to us. Now, unfortunately for her, I have tactically positioned 12 artillery tanks all around her city. She has built walls literally everywhere, and I don't think they're gonna do a whole lot. Prepare for trouble and make it double. Oh no, some infantry. Well, goodbye. See, if you're not using artillery trucks as your infantry, I don't know what you're doing. Do you remember that whole D-Day thing? Well, we're doing it with artillery trucks. Ah, and here's the real fascist over here. Well, we're just gonna go to war with you two. Our blades are sharp. Oh, we're not using blades anymore. All right, and there is our 10 out of 20. Just 9 more ideology points, i.e. burning down someone else's settlement a few more times, and we should be good. This doesn't look right. Just using artillery to conduct naval invasions like this. Nothing could get even close to me because we're just bombing it to nothing immediately before. Of course, they could also be my Russian soldiers fighting the land tank and losing quite badly. And that's 15. All right, please tell me this is the last one. Yes. And now if we go to a city with really high production, we should be able to, there you are, Manhattan Project. Operation Ivy to demonstrate the world's first thermonuclear weapon and win a militaristic victory. Aha, there it is. Okay, I was concerned there wasn't a nuke thing, but I realized it's on the aerodrome. And detonate a weapon of mass destruction on a location. How? Oh, that's a pretty decent sized area. Well, you know, I don't really like this city, and I'd like to not like it a little bit more. Now, devs, hear me out. Whoever is your sound guy, you're not paying them enough because the sound alone on that was mwah. Anyway, can I walk my Soviet infantry into the, yes, I could walk them directly into the radioactive material, and that's what we're gonna do. Wait, I can bomb civilians? Oh, that's big. I mean, it's not like I could build that many nukes. Oh, crap. I actually forgot that I ended the game inadvertently. You know, I had such great things planned and all of them involve nuclear bombs. But I think that's a pretty natural stopping point for our boy Benjamin Franklin. It's funny that at the end of the game, the only 2 people who liked me was Confucius and Machiavelli. Okay, Machiavelli makes sense, but Confucius was a real bro watching me nuke several people and be okay with it. I don't know a lot about Confucianism, but it sounds pretty cool now. So this video is sponsored, as I said in the beginning, but I did really enjoy playing the game. It's very different from Civ 6, but I still enjoyed it. After this game fully releases, it would not surprise me if we see some pretty stupid completely ludicrous combos of all these mementos and all the different characters. Either way, thank you to 2K and Firaxis for sponsoring this video. Thanks for watching. See ya.